Welcome to Gary's Not So Wild Adventures. Anyway, today we have something a little bit different, and I'm going to be making bacon here in the next few weeks. So I have my pork belly. It still has the skin on it, so we're going to have to peel the skin off. This is half of it, and here's the other half. I cut it up last night. That way it'd thaw a little bit better in the fridge. But I got my old hickory butcher knife and a little old hickory paring knife. Then I'm going to be doing this. So you can watch me peel this skin off a little bit at a time. And I am going to be saving the skin. I haven't figured out what I'm going to cook with it. I might be making some goodies with it. But anyway, every now and then I'll do something different and something interesting to me. And this is one of those times. This is my very first attempt at it. I've watched a bunch of videos on it, but just a little bit at a time. This is going to be the first video. I'm going to hopefully get this edited up into one longer video down the road, but for right now, this is just a little bit at a time. But yeah, the meat market where I got my pork belly had kind of a hard time finding pork belly down here without going and killing a hog. Next time I do this, it'll probably be because I went hog hunting and killed a hog. But this one was kind of on the expensive side, if you ask me, but it's all worth the experience, right? Well, if you've ever skinned anything, this is just what I'm doing, is just working that hide back a little bit at a time. It's no different other than it being a little bit cool. Well, skinning something that's been in the refrigerator and hairless versus something that has a little bit of hair on it and is a little bit warmer. But anyway, got this one piece about a third of the way, so it's going to take me a couple minutes, but it'll be there before you know it. And for all things kitchen, I'm a big fan of Old Hickory. They for butchering an animal, they do about as good as anything I've ever attempted to use. Once you get it to a tabletop, that is. And I've butchered numerous deer, a couple of hogs, and goats and sheep. Once we even butchered an emu, but that's a story for a different day. But growing up, we butchered all kinds of animals, from squirrels to raccoons. The only thing we didn't butcher ourselves was cattle. But everything else, if it was smaller than a cow, we butchered it ourselves. And there was a time or two when a cow would get down with a calf, and we watched it die, so we knew when it passed, knew what was wrong with it, that we weren't so sure we weren't going to have to butcher a cow. But thankfully, the packing plant that we used back home would take things on occasion like that, that we could tell them exactly when it died and what it died of. But anyway, I doubt there are very many places still left that'll do that. And so these skills do come in handy. But if I had to do this over again, I would more than likely buy one that was skinless. But hindsight's 2020, and this has been sitting in the freezer for 6 or 8 months. I got it around the springtime of last year, and it was already too warm to make bacon down here, so I thought, what the heck, might as well save it till the winter time. And we've had a couple of good cold fronts, and it's not going to be quite as cold as I would like it, but it can sit in that brine solution for a little while until I get a good cold front to do this, do the smoking on it. But anyway, we're getting there on this one piece here. Don't mind me rambling, just working with my hands a little bit. It's good to do that on occasion. I'm over the halfway mark. I'm probably about half to 3/4 of the way done with this thing now, with this one piece. So alrighty, I got just one little corner left. Not even the whole corner, so. And it's a good fatty piece of pork belly, so there's plenty of fat on here. I'll probably render this other down and get some cracklings and lard in on it. Anyway, so there's the skin. I didn't leave much on it at all, so that's a good thing. I'm gonna just set it aside for a second. We got one skinned pork belly. Anyway, set it down here and skin the other side. I'm gonna go ahead and pause this video and I can bring y'all back whenever I have this other side done. No sense seeing me ramble too much on this other side. Then we'll start mixing ingredients. Now it's the fun part of mixing all the ingredients here. I am going to add some seasonings to it here in a second, but right now it's all going to be kind of going into a dry, syrupy taste. And make sure it's mixed up really good. Now for a little more seasoning, I'm going to put a little bit of onion, and I'm just going to kind of sprinkle it in. A little bit of black pepper. I'm going to sprinkle it in. And a little bit of garlic. Sprinkle it in. Those are my basic ingredients for most things. It's a good thick paste. Alright, now for the fun part. Alright, now I'm going to take one of these pork bellies, put it inside of the bag as best I can. Kind of make it as flat as I can inside this bag. Okay. Now you know why I cut the pork belly in half. It fits inside of a gallon bag pretty good this way. I'm going to do that with both halves of the pork belly. The way they're in their own bags. Alright, I'm going to set my pan over there for a minute. Give myself a little more working room. And so that I can get this evenly distributed, I'm going to do a spoonful in each until it's all gone. Now that I got it in there, got it all in there, in each, I'm gonna close up these bags and kind of smush it and roll it all around in there. And kind of just massage it into it. Alright, same for this one. Yeah, make sure it doesn't bust open whenever you're doing that. Gotta pay pretty close attention to it. If it does, clean it up a little bit. Anyway, they're going to look something sort of like that, and going to set in the fridge for a few weeks. Alrighty, until next time. Alrighty, now that we have the belly all skinned, it's over there in the pan. Anyway, we're going to go on to mixing the dry ingredients in a bowl. We're going to start off with the curing salt, and we're going to put in, since we have 6 pounds of meat, we're going to use 1.5 teaspoons. You want to be fairly accurate with this. There's 1. And a half. Alright. Set that aside. And then you're going to want 3 tablespoons of salt. There, 1, 2, 3. Alright, now we're going to do half a cup of sugar. Some. And we're going to use some syrup too. This is some blueberry syrup. Use my finger to get all the syrup out. Alright.